We're here in Sydney, the place to be, Knotfest. My name is Jem, and I have the honor of sitting down with the man himself, Mr. Marcus.
Yo.
From Northlane. You already know. How you going, bro?
I'm doing great, bro.
Yeah?
Good to see you, man.
Dude, honestly, it's epic to see. We were just saying that, like, this is an awesome opportunity even just to be able to catch up. Because you're so
Absolutely.
busy.
Fuck yeah, man.
Like, obviously your life is an experience that very few individuals in the world would be able to ever understand.
Absolutely.
But it was funny, like I logged onto twitter.com like this week and I saw a tweet from Josh.
Yep.
And he said, it was something like, playing Knotfest next week, 11-year-old me would be a train wreck.
Absolutely.
And I saw that and I was like, I appreciate that. But really? You know what I'm saying? Oh, 11-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
But bro, this is just another day. For Northlane. You know?
I mean, I guess so, but it's still like so surreal to be in Australia at a Knotfest. Like, I mean, growing up seeing those huge Knotfest lineups around the world and to be at home seeing it happen in our own backyard is ridiculous. And like, kicking it off yesterday in Melbourne was mental. Like, I couldn't have expected what happened yesterday. Like, it was just so huge. So I mean, I feel like I'm still kicking myself. Fucking 30-year-old me is pinching myself, being like, what is happening? Like,
that's the thing, I think, because like I've had the privilege of knowing you guys and seeing your story from the beginning, literally, and knowing what I think the story of Northlane is like the most special element and unique element to you guys, and something for someone who has been able to watch that unfold. Like, I've seen what you guys have done, I've seen like what you guys have been through, and to be at this stage now after it must be 12 years from the original,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and be here now doing what you're doing. Like, bro, Marcus, like, stand for the fallen days. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Dude, full stand for the fallen days. I know Marcus as the dude who was doing YouTube covers in like 2011, like
Damn, don't
covering
bring-
perspectives, you know, like Northern Beaches, Sydney hardcore kind of stuff, like
Fuck, dude.
vocal covers, and now, bro, Knotfest. You know what I mean?
That's
Not even
it.
just Knotfest, but the whole 3 ARIA awards, like,
Dude,
dude, you know what I mean? Like,
gassing me up so hard. Shit.
it's not gas, it's just facts, because I think, like, especially probably being fans of Northlane, you know, like, people, I expect that there's people who are watching this, you know the story already, or you know the ins and outs, but for someone who's seen people from such humble beginnings, it's sick to see that this is not just another day. It still means a lot. Like, how does it feel to be invited, like Slipknot throw their own show in Australia and they say, hey, we want you to play our show?
Yeah, absolutely surreal, man. Like, I can't believe it, dude. Fuck. Honestly, I'm speechless, to be honest.
I think the 11-year-old Josh, and probably you guys would be freaking out about that, but did you ever think that you would be sponsored by Diablo 4?
Absolutely not, dude.
Bro, is it like, when I saw you guys talking about it, I was like, no way.
Dude, being a part of video games and stuff is like almost the dream, right? It's almost like part of, like, you remember growing up playing video games, Need for Speed or like Tony Hawk or whatever, and like hearing all this sick music in a video game. Like, I mean, we're not part of the music of Diablo, but even still to be involved in this world and
Bro, the Blizzard.net.
yeah,
It, like, you know, you guys are Northlane.
it's crazy, dude.
The ambassadors for, like, these are the creators of World of Warcraft, bro.
Absolutely, dude.
Like, 11-year-old me would be shitting it, bro, knowing that you're playing Slipknot's Festival and being a metal band the way that you guys are. But doing video games like Rainbow Six Siege, like, theme song, like, that's never on the cards. You guys are like esports world, bro. Like,
Yeah.
11-year-old me is fully, like, everything I loved at that time, metal and hardcore. Like, what you mean?
Exactly, dude. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that's just like a dream come true, man. Like, being approached to do, you know, the Rainbow Six thing and writing like an original song for that is insane. And to do this Diablo thing, it's so funny. Like, the guys have played Diablo 3 like for like hundreds of hours on the bus. Like, watching those guys play that since like 2017 non-stop, and yeah, I know those guys are so chuffed that they get to like have the early access and stuff and be a part of that. So it's really exciting, man.
Absolutely. The thing that's marveled me and given me so much respect for a band like Northlane, back to the story, is that it's I think when you start a band, especially like metal, there's a trajectory, there's a pathway for it. You know, like, think about what Slipknot's doing now.
Yeah.
You can see these are the steps that we take, but the path is not always linear.
Yeah.
And the path is not always straight, you know what I mean? And you guys have definitely had a lot of turns, but which some bands do experience, but every single challenge or bridge that you've had to cross that's been an obstacle, you guys have seemed to turn that into like a major opportunity. Like, Northlane is a band to me that I think is pioneering your own lane and teaching bands, starting like a new pathway for how to navigate like this modern world. Like
Absolutely.
if I use an example of like, even just when you joined with the vocal audition thing and turning that into such a crazy thing, and then making that an even bigger platform, and now with the release of Obsidian, the 6th album, you guys are fully killing it. Like, not many bands even make it to 3 albums. Like,
Absolutely,
the 6th album has done it. Like, what's the next steps here, like, now that you're at this level?
I mean, honestly, like, when it comes down to all of that, like, yeah, we've had like a lot of rough times and stuff, but this is like our life. I mean, like, there's nothing else I can do really outside of music that I feel like I'm like passionate about, or like even have the skills to do. So for us, I feel like moving forward, like, we are always just like, well, we just have to get over this hurdle and then focus on what's important to us and keep pushing our sound, keep pushing what we're doing. And I feel like right now as well, like, we're in a really good position. Like, we're all like really happy. We're all really like close and friendly, especially after the lockdowns and stuff, coming back and playing all these shows and really reconnecting with what we're doing. Like, I feel like we're loving it more than ever right now. So as we move forward, like, we just want to keep pushing what we're doing. We want to keep having fun as well. Like, I think the most important thing for us is like that what we're writing like feels fresh and exciting for us first and foremost, and hopefully the people listening at home are excited about that too. And we're continuing to try and do that as we keep writing and keep trying to push stuff forward.
You're doing it.
Honestly, dude, we just focused on just our job. I mean, this is our job. This is our world. This is what we do, and we just want to give it our all as much as we can, whenever we can. So yeah.
You're so busy, obviously, and have an amazing schedule. But when we hung out meaningfully for one of the last times, do you remember?
When you drove us home?
Yeah. And that weekend, like, it was like we were posted up at Strem's house, and like Real Bad was there, and like Hellions guys were there, and we were all like partying and whatever. And at the end of the night, you were showing me some Obsidian demos.
Damn.
And I remember hearing this and being like, like, especially knowing like the progression in styles, and hearing those demos, I was like, bro, this is insane. And I know that like John is on some other shit. Like, I know John is like,
he's on another planet, man. Yeah.
Bro, he's a medical scientist. Like, he should be going to the studio with a lab coat. Like, I imagine him with goggles and a lab coat, because the kind of stuff that he's writing is incredible, but also like the work ethic. And
absolutely,
to hear how you guys are at now, it's just a spin out, just a thing. Like, those are the demos, and now Knotfest doing all this.
Well, I think for John as well, like, he's got so many weird influences that you wouldn't be able to pinpoint. Like, a lot of stuff, like, I'm sure, like I don't listen to, but it draws all this weirdness into it. Like, I don't know, we all grew up on like metalcore, hardcore, and all sorts of shit. And I know John did as well, but he's so deep into this other side of music that I feel like has really helped us kind of find this sound that is pretty unique to us, just from the influences he's drawn from. And I mean, we're all so different as well. Like, that being said, I'm coming from like, I don't know, like an emo kind of post-hardcore world of things.
Yeah.
It's like, I think even that, blending those kind of two things together is going to create something really weird and different that hasn't hopefully been done before. It's being done differently. So
it's your identity, and that's going back to what I was saying, is that like, you guys are carving your own lane, you're carving your own path, and I think that the metalcore or metal lane is like one that is a textbook for it. I think there's bands that can follow it, but you guys are doing your own thing, and the fact that you guys are doing what you're doing now, which is just unbelievable, is a testament to your hard work, your ethic, but also just the formation. Like, all your individual influences bring so much to what the makeup of Northlane is, which is just so irreplaceable. How do you see like your role now in the band, in terms of like, with John writing all his stuff and Josh having his input too, as a multi-talented vocalist with like such a dynamic range and all this kind of stuff? Like, how do you insert yourself in terms of the music process?
Well, I feel like moving forward, like particularly from Alien, like, I've felt just a lot more comfortable to do whatever I want, really. Like, obviously it still has to go through the process of us all being like, yeah, this is sick, let's move forward with this. But like, it's been really cool since my like since I joined the band to now, like the freedom I feel not only within the band but within the fans as well. I think we've been able to push our sound to a point where the fans don't know what to expect, and they know it's going to be something a bit different. They're not expecting what the last album to sound like, is that's going to sound like this new music, and that's exciting, and it means we're really open to doing whatever we want, and people out there seem to be open to that too. So for me, like, moving forward, I'm just trying to be as much myself as I can be. I feel like it took me a little bit of time within Northlane to feel like I could fully be myself, but I feel like in the last few years I've really found my feet there, and moving forward I'm just excited to keep trying to just push what I want to be doing with my voice and stuff, and just writing good songs as much as we can, and see what happens as we move forward. I'm just excited that we've been given this opportunity to just do whatever we want now. I think it's exciting.
I mean, you can always do whatever you want, and from my perspective, it's always seemed like you guys have done whatever the fuck you guys want to do. Like, seriously, because it always, every time you guys do make the next step, you're like, oh, we're gonna start this album campaign this way. We're gonna do these secrets. We're gonna use these QR codes. Or you guys were like pioneer. You guys have always been pioneering things. Like even before like OG days, bro. Dude, Northlane made Axe Effects a thing. Before, like half the bands up here are playing with computers on stage. Like it's a normal thing now. Back in the day, these were the first guys that were playing with Axe Effects. Like just like, you know what I mean? Like the modern technology for this world.
That's the stuff as well. I remember from before I was in the band is all like the viral marketing stuff that they would do. Like, I think it was there was the World Eater. Wasn't there like a scavenger hunt online or something to try and like find a song, and there was like a code in the back of the booklet of Singularity or Discoveries or something to find this certain link. Like that kind of stuff was like, before I even joined, was something that drew me to the band, was this creativity even in the marketing of stuff. And that comes down to Josh as well. Like he's such a maniac. He's a maniac, bro. And still, to be part of that and kind of keep pushing that forward and doing new things with our sound, it's like really, really exciting and really cool to be a part of.
Honestly, testament to you guys, because as I said, when you guys began, you could see the trajectory to go, but now I think the impact of Northlane is not just being a successful band. It's not just being playing big festivals and ticking off like selling this venue out or anything like that. For me, I think the impact of Northlane is like pioneering so many different lanes and so many different steps to take with every step that you do take, like from the music, from the sound, from the formation of the band, and also the fact that you guys are so humble. Like, bro, like Nick Maze, you know what I mean? Nick used to play in a youth center band, in a band who used to play youth center shows called Maze, bro. Three-piece.
I love these throwbacks to the olden days. I love it.
It's real, because I think people see you guys on stage and they're just like, oh, they're big and they're massive and they're like superstars. And yes, you are, but you guys are real people that have created this path with a lot of hard work. Straight up, hands down, I'm saying it right here. I don't know every band in Australia, but I know some of them. And at least from the facts that I know from how hard these guys work, one of the hardest bands, period, that Australia's ever produced in the music industry, ever. Not just from the touring, from the mentality, from the strategy, from the facing adversity and just fucking pummeling it and making it every opportunity better. Like,
fuck yeah, dude.
Huge respect to you, man.
I appreciate that so much, man.
No, of course.
Thank you.
Any last words for the people who are all watching?
I mean, enjoy your Knotfest, everybody. It's fucking mental to be here, to be honest. I'm shocked. And it's also lovely to be here with my friend Jam.
Thank you guys so much. You heard it here first. Marcus from Northlane. See you on the outside.
Fuck yeah.